Hello, this is Ramirez, Tidewater Renaissance Fighting Arts, and after a few weeks, this is the comprehensive video review of the Gabriel 2.0 gauntlet. And I'm going to go through it in fairly good detail. I first want to start out by saying my answer is kind of twofold. Is this the right glove for you? I would say largely it isn't, but that there's a small group of people this will serve really well. And that's based on a couple of factors, and I'll try to get to that at the end of the video. For the beginning, I want to kind of put gloves into three tiers. In other words, there is an economy line, there is a standard line, and then there is a premium line. In the case of a budget line, I'd say it's anything under $200. Red Dragons, Superior Fencing has a hard clamshell for under, I think it's like $160. These would be considered budget, and I'd give them a lot of leeway in terms of their performance. Then you go into standard. Standard is almost everything else. So that would be most of the sparring glove stuff, the Infinity gloves, the HF Black Armory or Black Knight. All those spez would be between that $200 to $300 range after shipping. And then you have the premium line. And I would say premium is anything $300 above. So that puts the Gabriel in here, and that puts the Pro Gauntlet. And then above that is like Visby metal gauntlets, things of that nature. And I think for a premium line glove, this doesn't deliver enough. I think if it were standard or if it was a budget, it would be fine. And why is that? Now, I have another video that I will link, but I've gone over the glove, and I saw a couple of things that I really didn't like. The thumb is still good. There are problems with it, which I'll get into with the handles. But the first thing is overall protection. And on a premium glove, I expect there to be fantastic protection. I should be able to recommend it to beginner and advanced alike. And I really can't do that. I can recommend it for advanced people, but let me show you some of my problems. And I've already talked about the kind of thin flex points in the plastic. Someone else said if you get hit with 2 fingers, it's okay. If you get hit with 1, it's a problem, or it could be on another review. And I want to explain why I think that's the case. Here's my index finger, here's my middle finger. This is protected with plastic. That's nothing. That's just the glove and my finger. This is protected by plastic. That's protected by plastic. There's nothing there, that's just my finger. If the fingers are together, then they will, in theory, protect. But heaven forbid, especially on anything where I have the ricasso, I have to split my fingers. This is exposed. So there's really nothing protecting that. Now you could put a plate there, and I've heard in the other reviews they say, well, they're working on advanced developments, but to me that's a problem right out of the gate, especially once again for a premium glove. Now the thumb actually is very good in terms of protection, and for a longsword it's fantastic. But if you need anything where you need contact here, you're going to lose that tactile sensation. And that has to do with single sword, which I will be getting into in this video. Last but not least, I've taken some wrist shots because this moves. So this isn't really stable here. So if something comes in and pushes it, you can get various wrist shots. The back at least has a plate here. These do move and it has that, but on the inside, if you get hit, which I got hit, I can actually feel it right along here, you don't really have much in the way of protection at the top of the hand, or the bottom of the hand, top of the wrist. Otherwise, protection has generally been good. With a longsword, this is generally not an issue. Your fingers are together for the most part. You're not going to finger above. The thumb will move in a proper position. So once again, longsword, not really too bad. But when we get to the single sword, which I feel is one of its supposed strengths, I was fighting with this sword not too long ago with these gloves, and you'll notice the narrow D-ring. Now, I got disarmed because I can kind of get my finger in there, and if you can see, the plastic is actually stopping me from getting any type of grip. So I only had the 3 fingers here and kind of a grip here. It really didn't allow me to hold it, and when it's hit hard enough, it flips out of the hand. I have no way to really control that guard. On my cup hilt rapier, that's not an issue. The problem is a different issue, and this is going to be about competition. I can hold it, my glove can fit in around the ricasso. However, look at me in guard. You'll see that this protrudes outside of what is fairly large cup hilt. Why is that a problem? It means that in a competition setting, someone can just target this. I can't even really see that it's not protecting that part of the hand. So I might think I'm protected. Someone hits out here, and I'm going to lose a hand point because they've hit this glove. So this glove's just a little bit big. And as I said, this is a fairly big cup hilt guard. This is the Regenier side sword. And once again, if you'll notice, it's a fairly narrow knuckle bow. So once again, trying to get my hand in here. I want to show you, if you look, even tucked in, if a blade comes in, that's that part where there's no plate. Now, in all fairness, I haven't been hit here, but that is a potential target. Also, I can't get past, I'd like to be like around here and get a really secure grip. If it's too far back, you'll notice the plastic gets on the way of getting a really good grip. I have to pull my finger out of the glove to really get that to fit inside that ring, that finger ring. Sometimes when you're doing things with the fingering, if I don't do that and it stays in, I just don't get as good a controlled grip on it as I would like. On the other side of things, and I don't want to be completely negative, you'll notice that a Meyer rapier has a very big knuckle bow. And I've talked about this in my review of it. Here, absolutely no problem whatsoever. I can be here, I can get my thumb out there. So if I'm using this for Meyer rapier, it's all good. So, some of my conclusions. These gloves retail for $350. I noticed that there's a Canadian website that has them for roughly $372 American, which means faster shipping because it's coming from Canada, but it's an extra $22. At that price point, I can't really recommend this to a beginner who says, hey, these look like cool gloves. There is still once again, as a premium product, there's that kind of chemical smell issue, and even though I've been using this for a few weeks, if I put that on, take it off, my hand still smells like chemicals, and once again, it's a premium product. I can't justify that in a premium product. Now, other people have said they can't smell that. I can't account for that. I can only give you my impressions. I've also talked a little bit about my experience dealing with the company in my first video, which I'll link into this video if you want to watch that. And wasn't perfect. It wasn't high end. We're going to solve this right off the bat. So that experience, I think, does count. Once again, if it's a premium product, premium service is also something that I'd consider valuable. And I didn't really feel like I got that for that price. Next, as I said, there are flaws in what it covers. And I think that this is where if you're the kind of person who, like I have my Spez gloves over there, I have my sparring infinity gloves, and I just wanted another glove. If this is your third or fourth in your collection of protective hard gloves, and you're wanting something very, very specific, like I want something lighter than my Spez gloves for when I'm sparring or for when I'm competing. Maybe you're very good at protecting your hands. You don't need that much protection, but you need something that'll pass competition standard. Well, this might be the right thing for you. So I think that if you're advanced and you're looking for a different glove, something with a little different performance, this could be a good glove to add to your collection as a second or third glove. If you're brand new to HEMA and you're going to have a likelihood that your hands are going to get hit a lot, you'd be served a lot better with something in the standard line. If you want a 5 fingers, I'd suggest going with the sparring glove infinity glove. If you're really new and you just need the protection, going into one of the HF Black Armory gloves, the Black Knights, any of the clamshell style might be better for you. If you're doing something with with a single sword, I still like the Pro Gauntlets. Even a padded leather glove, depending on how hard you're sparring, I can show you the difference. If, let's say, I have that narrow side sword from Regenier, if I put that in, you can see where my finger can grab that. I can put my finger around it, I can feel the metal in my hand, and overall, protection does seem, in my opinion, to be better. Some of you might disagree. I find this a lot better, and it's about $70 to $80 cheaper. So I'm a big fan of the sparring glove, whereas I said I had issues with some of the other gloves that were out there at that price point. But once again, I don't want to say that it's completely a horrible glove and no one should get it. I want to say that it's a specific glove. If, as I said, it's your second or third glove, if you're an advanced HEMA fighter, might be worth investing in. If you're a beginner, I would say stay away from this, or if you really like it, get another glove and then get this glove. So once again, that's my review for the Gabriel 2.0s. These are, I believe, version 1. They're supposed to come out with a version 2 or version 3, so I can't vouch for those. I can only vouch for what I have. I can't vouch for other people's experiences. I've had people in the comments section say they love these gloves, and I'm not here to tell you that you don't love them. I can only relate to you what my experience is with them. So I want you to kind of keep that in mind. And once again, I'm Ramirez with Tidewater Renaissance Fighting Arts. We're based out of Norfolk, Virginia. If you're interested, I'll leave information about our club in the link below, and I'll see you in the next video.